Hey there.
Nice. Oh, jeez. Nice to see you. What's happening? You sound upbeat and ready to take on some big-time action this morning. Is that right?
Of course. Always.
Oh.
Every day.
Okay. You had a nice weekend?
I did, actually. And you?
It was nice. It was
Good.
nice.
Glad to hear.
Yes. I really don't remember a damn part of it. Not that I was, like, all acting stupid or getting myself into a spot where you tend to lose memory. I just don't. I guess nothing really standing out.
Oh, I was going to say, were you out there partying it up?
Terry, I don't know. I don't think so. I think I'm fine. Yeah, it's all starting to come back to me now. Yeah, it was. I can confirm now. It was a nice weekend.
Oh,
yes.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yes. You feeling all right or what?
Yeah. Wreaking havoc
got
on me
SARS or something.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really about the weather. It's consistently a throat situation with you. You might want to get.
Well, it was actually getting better, and then the weather did get crazy. So.
Really remember the moment it got much better. But some days it's worse than others.
Yeah.
And I'm a little worried today, but that's all right. It'll be all right.
Yep.
Yes. How's everyone else? Everyone else is good? Okay. Vinnie the Pooh, you feel good? Look good? Smell good? Everything's good? Okay,
Everything's good with you.
I want to take some early morning calls. How you feeling, Terry? You feeling good?
Sure. Absolutely.
I already see Tiny's on the line. I don't know what he's needing to say so early in the morning. I mean, we can...
Oh, my gosh.
Take a quick phone call.
I'm scared of Tiny.
Early and jeez. Yes. Monday morning, barely 6 a.m., and here you are.
Yep.
With all due respect.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Did you lose your mind on Friday telling Gay you might get him a TV?
You've been thinking about this all weekend, haven't you, Tiny?
Oh, my God. T, I've known you 10 years.
Wow.
I've never asked you for nothing. Because I am
tossing and turning.
Here we go.
He's like
toothless, no good sack of dong had a nerve to ask you for a TV after you saved his life. He's not
That's the nicest way to.
I know.
For Tiny to put it, by the way. That was him using restraint, Terry.
I know.
Calling him useless, whatever, piece of dong. That was him showing some major restraint on the program. Yes.
Here, nice piece
because
of
I do have
dong.
T, I've worked for you. I guarded Tanya.
Wow.
Didn't get cash. I got tickets.
True.
That's fine. I respect you. It's my
You probably got something better than. Probably got something better than cash from Tanya, I'm thinking, but that's all right.
But see,
something you usually need cash for. Yeah.
I am a caller. That's all I am. This is your world.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
And
I say that to Gay.
Your world.
I say that to Gay just to keep him somewhat in check. But the reality is, people like you, Gay, and a lot of the dysfunctional family members that have made their presence known time and time, day after day on this program are more than just callers, and we all know that. I say that to Gay just when he starts to get out of hand, because you know when he starts to get out of hand, it snowballs and it becomes bigger than him, and you know how big that is. Anyway, but as far as what... any kind of decision being made on gay phone operators' request from Friday, the most fascinating part to me is that you've been tossing and turning over this all weekend long.
Because I felt disrespected. I have fought with my wife to keep. I have fought with my wife to keep your picture away from places.
Wow.
Me and her have actually.
Over the mantle.
Yeah. But
yes, right next to the moose.
All I asked for is, if you want to throw your money away, I got a business that could use some investment here, and you could even get a return on it.
Say, wow, returns, that's interesting. Here now is the situation. If I were to buy Gay the flat panel TV, now I got Tiny upset with me. That's something I have to not factor in.
I'm not upset, because that's your money. Oh, you work for your money.
So what are you upset about then?
Because he has a nerve to even ask. He is a ball on the butt of the world. He needs to be popped.
Again, Tiny's showing some major restraint, yes.
Wow.
Actually,
Tiny, I'm sure
just called in and they're pissed about that.
Yeah.
At some point this week,
get it off my chest.
It's pulling me up.
Jeez, man.
Oh, so you couldn't even wait till Monday?
No. I wanted to fight Gay.
For the show.
I wanted to fight Gay that he was even. Gay attacks everybody in the Gay attacks everybody in the family. I want him to attack me. I want him to call up and tell my child that. Because I ain't smart.
Fighting Gay is... It's like challenging the short bus. I mean, Tiny, you're a man who's been a bouncer. You still are, and you're going to challenge Gay to to any kind of physical altercation. I mean, Yeah, it'd be the biggest mismatch in the history of the world. But anyway, Tiny, your thoughts are on the record. Your thoughts are very much understood. Don't get me wrong.
I just wanted to get it off my chest. I'm fine now.
When Gay comes on sometime this week, we'll be looking for you to come on the air.
I was already at the studio this morning. I was ready to come to the studio this morning. I was there, and Dave was catching a taxi and told me he was in San Francisco.
Well, all right, well, anyway, we will we'll figure this all out.
Wow.
All right, we'll figure it out together.
All right. You have a good one.
Okay.
I hope it's sunny there.
Happy Monday.
There's Tiny.
Yeah, I know.
There's Tiny already checking in.
Wanted an early morning call? You got it.
Waiting for us when we get in the building this morning. That's how irate he is about Gay's request late Friday on the show.
I barely have coffee on my breath. Gotta hear this already. Wow.
I know.
Amazing. The listeners have been around, the ones that are regulars, Terry, for a long time.
Yes.
You'd think they would be supporting each other to some extent.
Yeah.
But they despise each other, which is really the only way it could be.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that makes sense. So we'll figure out what the gay phone operator Tiny situation is. Maybe they will have to fight to the death, and the winner gets a flat screen. How about that?
Wow, what a
that
deal.
would be. Yeah, maybe you never know. Gay, the devious man that he is, even though he'd be completely overmatched physically, may be able to pull out some secret surprise with the Rainbow Coalition's imagination behind him, and who knows if he could count him out completely. Anyway,
foreign object for sure.
We'll figure it out. And we'll come back and we'll get things started. We haven't even gotten anything started yet. Look where we are, Terry.
I know.
Right after these words.
The T-Man Show.
Smoking on the dance floor, blazing on the beach.
Right.
These smoldering pics of Shannon Elizabeth and partner Derek Huff allegedly taken moments after dancing cameras left the scene. Just the latest in breaking reality romance.
Is Shannon Elizabeth on Dancing with the Stars, Terry?
She is. She's doing really well.
Wow.
But actually, I was reading an article, I think it was in Star or People or something like that. The one where Katie and Tom are breaking up and she's had it being the perfect housewife. Anyway, they were...
That was. You mean like every magazine on every stand?
I know.
All time, yeah.
I know. But they were... they did a little blurb on the whole Shannon Elizabeth and Derek Huff thing. And apparently... What?
Never mind.
Oh, apparently her boyfriend, because her boyfriend is a teacher, and she was...
Who's it, Shannon Elizabeth?
Yeah, she has a boyfriend.
Shannon Elizabeth has a boyfriend.
Yes, who's a teacher.
She's frolicking around.
Yes.
With her dance partner from Dancing with the Stupid Whirly Twirly Stars. You know, there's something about this Dancing with the Stars get-together between celebrity and big-time exotic professional dancer that they can't keep their hands off each other once the cameras turn off.
Well,
that's obvious.
I know. What's interesting is Maxim, which is one of the hot studly dudes, took this season off, and she was afraid, and her boyfriend was afraid that he was going to be her partner. So when her boyfriend saw it was Huff, he was really relieved. And now you have all these rumors about her and Huff.
Right. It's always the last guy you'd expect with your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, that old Huff. Oh, you never expect Huff.
Not the Huff, but the Huff.
She's been huffing, huh?
She's been huffing. And he's way younger than her, almost 10 years.
See, that's what I'm telling you. There's something about the intimacy. There's something about the slinkiness of this Dancing with the Stupid Whirly Twirly make you want to puke in your own soup stars that makes it so that they're not able to keep their hands off each other. They can be married. They can be married with a baby on the way. They can be this, that, and the other thing. And they can't help but start having sex with it's impossible, it seems like.
I know. Well, it's just, it brings that ballroom dancing and some of the styles are just
maybe it's time to call this thing quits.
No.
Maybe it's time that they realize that it's just destroying lives.
Oh, I don't believe this rumor.
I'm all for the destruction of lives, too, don't get me wrong. I thought people were, all out to try their best to be faithful and keep families happy and relationships strong. This obviously is the anti-that. So, since everyone seems to be more on that trip than certainly I am, I thought people would be, agreeing, and you would be agreeing, since you seem to always be that way, that we should abolish this Dancing with the Stupid Stars, Terry.
No, because I don't believe this rumor, quite honestly.
Nobody can keep their hands off each other. Shannon's huffing, Terry. I don't care if you believe the rumor or not.
She's huffing. Is that what you believe?
But weren't there pictures of them on the beach together? No?
Yeah, they're like frolicking.
Yeah, but I mean,
what they said?
I know, but
wrong.
Something's going on there. They're on the beach. What are they doing on the beach?
Oh,
Are they practicing their next routine in the sand? Because
maybe they are.
Balance, Danielson. Come on. Something's going on there. No, is this Huff a bad-looking guy or what?
No. Very handsome. Handsome young blonde man.
Well, why was he happy, her boyfriend, when she got Huff? And
because
not,
Maxim, Maxim was with, I can't remember her name.
Shouldn't Maxim be on American Gladiators or Not Dancing with the Stars?
Sounds a little bit like that, yeah. You think?
It just sounds like a name that belongs on a different show, Terry.
I know, but Huff is the brother, the brother of I think, what is her name, Jennifer? The other Huff that was dancing. The girl.
I would know. I don't watch the show, Terry. All I know is that they have a history of just every season, at least 1, 2, maybe 3 contestants wind up getting intimate, physical, and all out, just slamming each other against walls type sexual behavior between what's supposed to be a professional setup between celebrity and professional dancer. And yet, when the routines are done, that's when it just gets started, Terry. Now, why should this be happening over and over and over again? Because obviously it's a little too intimate. It's a little too physical. It's a little too emotional of a situation for them not to cross the line into something that they know they shouldn't be doing, and yet it feels so right. I don't blame them. It's the only reason I want to go on the show.
Oh, really? You would do it?
Mm-hmm. Huh? I'm
going to call him right now.
Yeah, okay.
Come on, you would do fine.
I'd win the whole thing, don't you know? Anyway, Shannon Elizabeth and now her boyfriend are done. Over.
Well, it doesn't say for sure they're done.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I need to play the story for you again.
So they were just kissing.
Just kissing now. That's okay.
Smoking on the dance floor, blazing on the beach.
Blazing on the beach, Terry. Did you miss that part?
These smoldering...
I don't know the last time you blazed on a beach, Terry, but it's pretty serious.
Shannon Elizabeth.
Smoking pictures they have together.
That's right.
We're showing pictures. They have evidence. They have pictures that can't be described as anything but smoking.
Because you heard the effect, right? The sound effect? Is that how you know?
Did you hear what Terry said? It's just a little kissing. Just a little kissing.
That's all that matters.
You're the one who's been trumpeting how emotional cheating is a tremendous violation. Now you're like, quite honestly, what happened to you over the weekend? Quite honestly, what?
Quite honestly, I am disappointed. I really am. But
you said it's just.
And I'm actually surprised because, she said even that he's not even her type. But again, that's
What?
The ones that always get forward in this world.
Yeah, you're probably right.
The dudes that are never your type always find a way to get in your pants.
It is, but.
I can't believe I'm doing this. You're so not even my type, but there's something about you. You know how many times I heard that from girls?
Really?
I hated hearing that. Because basically that translates to me, that is a glaring translation of, you're not really good looking, but I can't stop. That's how I always took that. When girls used to say to me, like yesterday, when girls say, I don't know, there's just something about you. That means I'm looking at you and you're ugly, and yet I can't keep my hands off you, kind of thing. Don't you think?
So you'd rather be conventionally handsome to the masses over having something
I'd rather them say, I know exactly what it is when they're looking right at me. They look right at me and say, I don't know what it is. There's just something about you. That translates to me, it obviously can't be your looks, right? I mean, am I wrong or what?
That's a little glass half empty, I think.
Yeah.
You know me.
I mean, it could be, there's nothing about you.
How could they be looking... Well, then tell me this. How could they be looking right at me and say, I don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. There's just something about you. How do I not translate that into, you're obviously not good looking, and yet, here I am, naked.
It's kind of tough to fight you on that, really.
Thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
I'm the only one who picks up on this.
All right.
Yeah,
but that's fine. As long as they're naked, I don't care what the reason is. Don't get me wrong. Not that it really bothers me to any serious point. I mean, as long as the end result is the end result, I could be the greatest looking guy in the world, the worst looking guy in the world. The bottom line is you're naked.
Wow.
She's 14.
Yeah. Well, she's not 14. I don't know why.
Right. Chris Hansen jumped into my body. Sorry about that.
I'm really disappointed. I'm looking at the picture, and I'm sad.
Oh, now you're sad, too. You know what?
I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe it.
Now you got pictures in front of you.
I do.
Frolicking around, blazing it up on the beach, and now you realize that she's violated her relationship, and apparently she had no choice in the matter, because once you get together with one of these professional dancers, and you start whirling and twirling, you can't, and you start sweating together, and your sweat meets, your perspiration becomes one. You can't help but start to put fingers where they don't belong, put your hands where they don't belong, your tongue where it doesn't belong, and before you know it, you don't even realize you've crossed the line, and you have to realize what is going on in your world. You start taking that self-inventory. You start analyzing your life.
Sorry, I put my tongue where it didn't belong. I don't normally do this.
Yeah, I am. I'm disappointed.
This is something about you.
Didn't want to believe it. Didn't want to, but yep, there it is.
Cherry Free, ladies and gentlemen, as a service to the community, Cherry Free will now go over all the places where the tongue doesn't belong. Go ahead, Terry.
Oh, let me get a pen. Hang on.
That it does not belong.
Everyone, grab a pen or pencil. Okay. We talked about how these whirly-twirly stars can't help but put their tongues where they don't belong. Cherry will now give us the list of the spots where truly the tongue doesn't belong. Go ahead, Terry. She's laughing like she feels awkward. Come on, Terry, these are basics.
The anus.
The anus. Wow. Interesting how that was the first thought in your mind. But
well, that is actually from Terry Cam Chatters. So.
Okay, she has to turn to Terry Cam Chat Room Chatters.
Yeah, because in her mind, it's open season, wherever.
No, it's
Doesn't
not.
have enough limits. I better ask someone else.
And even with their backing... Even with their backing, their input, and their support, Terry still sounds awkward and terribly uncomfortable when she says, the anus! Okay.
Because you guys are so obsessed with that.
I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, not really. Anyhow, what else is going on besides the cheating ways of Dancing with the Stars, Terry?
So obviously, it's kind of breakup news, so I'll segue into more of it. How about that?
You gonna go into breakup news?
Yes. Because of
all right, let me take a break before I get breakup news, Terry.
Geez.
I don't want to seem like it's a Monday half completely glass empty kind of situation. Let me take a break.
I'm so bummed.
We'll recollect ourselves, try to fix things technically around here maybe a little bit.
Oh.
And we'll come back with all the breakup news that you have. Big breakup news or medium or small breakup news?
No, pretty big breakup news, I would say.
Pretty big breakup news.
Pretty big breakup.
And something we don't know about? Something that just happened like over the past couple of days or what?
Yeah. Actually, I don't, it doesn't actually give me the exact
date. Are we going to be shocked?
I think so, yes. I was surprised.
Somebody put their tongue there where it didn't belong?
I guess so, maybe.
Anyway, all right. We will get all that after these words.
The T-Man Show.
Jamie Lynn Spears is definitely preggers, and now we're hearing reports that...
Yeah, she's in the third trimester now, right or wrong?
I think that's what I believe so, yes.
Saw as far as pictures of her recently, and it's moving along pretty quickly. You know, these 16-year-olds, when they get pregnant, they don't play around. They make 9 months happen like that, apparently, because, I saw little reports in Us Weekly that she's already in her third trimester and sporting a serious little 16-year-old baby bump.
Jamie Lynn Spears is definitely preggers, and now we're hearing reports that the 17-year-old and her baby daddy, Casey Aldridge, are house hunting in Mississippi.
Oh, isn't that sweet for the happy couple?
They're going to be living in Mississippi.
Yes, they're house hunting in Mississippi and doing what all married families do. The white picket fence is being painted and the welcome mat being laid at their door. And typical family life in Mississippi, don't you know?
Jamie Lynn Spears is definitely preggers, and now we're hearing reports that the 17-year-old and her baby daddy, Casey Aldridge, are house hunting in Mississippi.
Well, they'd be the envy of the community, don't you think?
Supposedly, the parents-to-be offered $300,000 on a place in the town of Liberty. That's actually only about 30 miles from the Spears' hometown of Kentwood, Louisiana.
Oh, $300,000. That's mansion status for Mississippi near Louisiana, Terry, don't you know? It sounds like, that sounds like a good, you would think $300,000, wow, they must be getting a good deal or they don't seem to have as much money as you might think. Just offering $300,000. I'm sure people around where we broadcast are like, $300,000. I bought a little shack for $400,000. It doesn't go very far these days, Terry. But
I know.
In Louisiana, in Mississippi, are you kidding me? You're talking about 15 bedrooms, 13 baths.
Sure enough. It's a nice big double wide.
Mm-hmm. With 15 bathrooms, 13 baths. That's pretty wide.
It is.
$300,000, ma'am.
Here, let me see what I can get.
Yeah, go on house.com or whatever.
Zillow.
Mm-hmm. What is it called?
Zillow.com.
Yeah, that's the one.
The 17-year-old and her baby daddy, Casey Aldridge, are house hunting in Mississippi.
17 and 16-year-olds house hunting. Isn't that nice?
Yes.
Isn't that what you hope for from all your 17 and 16-year-olds out there, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, maybe you have, like I do, a 1-year-old and whatever. You know, you, I'm sure, are hoping that they follow in the footsteps of Jamie and Casey. Don't you? Don't you want your children? Don't you, if you're 16 and you're listening, don't you wish you were Jamie Lynn Spears house hunting with your 17-year-old boyfriend? Come on! Isn't that the way it's got to be?
Yeah.
Man, I wouldn't trade places with him or her. I would rather be John Terry.
Wow.
Whoa, that's saying
All
something.
right. That's saying a lot, obviously.
And right now, he's hunting for $1.79 to get a 40. It's the only kind of hunting he's doing.
Amazingly, he always seems to scratch it together, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yes. If he needs a six-pack of OE, he always, I don't know, I guess there's enough cushions in the world that he finds change underneath Terry, that he always seems to get his fix.
What part of Mississippi again did they say?
Oh, does it really matter?
Oh, well, yes.
It's a really nice part.
17-year-old and her baby daddy, Casey Aldridge, are house hunting in Mississippi. Supposedly, the parents-to-be offered $300,000 on a place in the town of Liberty. That's actually only about 30 miles from the
Liberty,
Spears'
Mississippi.
hometown of Kentwood, Louisiana.
Doesn't every state in the Midwest have a city named Liberty?
Oh,
I'm pretty
I
sure
know.
it does. Yes. It's like I think every state in the country has a city in it named Springfield. Every state, all 50 states, even like Alaska. I don't know why, but all like the states in the United States of America, somewhere in the state is a city named Springfield.
There you go.
Only in the Midwest, though, in every state, I'm sure there's a city named Liberty. Mm-hmm. Liberty, Mississippi, Terry. Are they just like tearing it up or what?
Well, let me just tell you, in Mississippi, you can get a nice 4-bedroom house for $132,000.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, road trip. Yeah, I would think you get some value in Mississippi. I certainly have no big shocks there, Terry. But
the worst part is you have to actually live there.
Yeah.
That's the part.
Oh, that is the part I forgot about. Yeah, that's right. You get a good value on a house, but then you have to actually live in it. Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Liberty, Mississippi.
Yeah. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
You think the Zoe 101 chicks, though, or what else has she got rolling?
That's it. Well, she doesn't even have that rolling anymore.
Yeah, but okay, but the Zoe 111 little 101 little deal there. Yeah, she did well enough that her and her new husband and child put up a little bit more, and I mean, not to knock anyone with a $300,000 house, but we're talking about Jamie Lynn, the daughter of Harriet. What's Brittany's mom's name? Yeah, whatever. And Brittany's sister. She's $300,000.
Yeah.
Well, they
Isn't
actually,
that a little bit?
No, they bought the most expensive house there.
Right.
I don't doubt it. I said it's probably a mansion, but still.
What do you? I mean, I think maybe they're trying to obviously stay away from the whole Hollywood thing. So, I mean, is that what you were expecting? I mean, is that what you were expecting? Is that they would be, in the Hollywood, that kind of thing?
No Hollywood types in Liberty. TMZ doesn't have a stakeout in Liberty. Well, they do now.
It's actually only about 30 miles from the Spears' hometown of Kentwood, Louisiana. And it has 3 bedrooms, marble floors, and a game room. Sounds pretty.
Marble floors.
Wow.
Yes.
Sounds cold.
Yeah, it does.
Just sounds cold to me. I'll pass.
Well, it'll be perfect for when Jamie Lynn is barefoot and pregnant and in the kitchen. Oh,
yeah.
what a shame. This is not the way it was supposed to be for her, Terry.
I understand.
She was supposed to be the Spears that salvaged the Spears name.
Right. I agree.
She had the squeaky clean little aspect until we found out she was pregnant about, a good 9 months ago now, Terry.
Yep.
Even though she's only been pregnant for about 6 months. Mm-hmm.
Jeez, that poor girl. But at least you know
Central Louisiana. And it has 3 bedrooms, marble floors, and a game room. Sounds pretty fancy, y'all. But wait, what about a nursery?
Doesn't have a nursery, no. Game room.
Gosh.
Very exciting.
No kidding.
All right. Well, it sounds like they got a home unless they get outbid. Unless they get outbid by Billy Bob Rubeck and his wife. Something tells me they should pretty much consider it a done deal.
They're probably the high bidder.
That's a done dare deal there. Mm-hmm. Congratulations to Jamie Lynn and Casey. They have a home.
Yay!
Liberty, Mississippi. I'm sure many listeners of ours are thinking they could be neighbors and move over there and have a happy life. Okay, I don't know. Not for me. Anyway, you had some breakup news you wanted to share with us.
I
some
did.
Big,
I did.
Shocking.
I think I'm really surprised and shocked, actually.
Almost shocking status type breakup news.
Yeah. I think it is, yes.
What happened over the weekend?
Kanye West and his fiancée, Alexis Pfeiffer, have broken up. And
that was coming a mile away.
Well, the reason I'm surprised is because obviously she was with him and a strong, person for him when his mother passed away.
And they've been together about
6 years.
5 years or so.
6 years.
6 years?
Mm-hmm.
6 years from before
years.
Kanye was really much of anything, Terry. That's right on the border of when he kind of made his first big splash on the scene about 6-7 years ago, right? When he was doing it through the wire and all.
Right.
She was there in the picture when he was just getting the wheels beginning to turn, right? And now he's like, that whole idea about us getting married, how about we call that off and we just call off the entire relationship?
Right. Well, and the other thing is that he really didn't even give her a reason except to say, and this is a quote, "It's not going to work out." And, mind you...
Well, that's all the reason you need. I mean, what other reason is there?
Well, the other thing...
He's seen the future. He's Kanye West. His mom probably talked to him from beyond or something like that. He's probably feeling, I'm sure, some spiritual thing going on there that he just felt that it's not going to work out. You say he hasn't given her a reason. Isn't that about as good a reason as any? It's not going to work out. It's not
why isn't it going to work out? Is it because
it's just
there could
not
be
going to work out.
All right. But the other thing is that he's actually asking for the engagement ring back. I mean, really, Kanye, you don't have enough money.
And that always bothers you, Terry?
First of all, I think Judge Judy said, isn't that a gift already? So you don't have to give it back.
I think Judge Judy's on the other side. I think Judge Judy's usually on the man's side. I don't know. We have Judge Judy in the studio, and she could tell us firsthand as to... She certainly has had many a case, haven't you, Judge Judy, when some guy is looking for his ring back or some girl doesn't want to give the ring back. Where do you usually side in those cases, Judge Judy?
Well, first of all, thank you, lucky stars, you didn't attach your car to that wagon, okay? It was a gift. But he's entitled to it back.
Oh, really?
If you call off the wedding, you get it back.
And what happens if I pee on your leg?
Look, don't pee on my leg and try to tell me it's raining, okay?
Let me tell you, this is about as spot-on a Judge Judy impersonation as anyone has ever tried, and don't tell us otherwise, ladies and gentlemen.
Do I got stupid written right here? Do you see stupid up here?
Oh, geez, where are you pointing? We know how good our Judge Judy impersonation is. You don't have to call now and verify for us.
Yeah, all right? When they do the Judge Judy movie, I'm going to try out for it, I think, yes.
We know that everyone out there is wondering if we actually have the real Judge Judy in our studio right now. And you'll be shocked to find out that, yes, I'm sorry to blow the cover, but that is Hotshot Scott doing the Judge Judy impersonation. We don't really have her in the studio, yes.
Beauty fades dumb as forever.
Let's keep going on as if we do.
All right.
What was that, Judge Judy?
Beauty fades dumb as forever.
I love your attempt at a New York accent. It's so dead on.
Yeah.
It's not even funny. Forever. Yes. Well, Kanye, you think that's kind of a sniveling little move there, considering all the success he has right now?
Yeah, and I think that...
Well, what do you expect? Kanye is going through a time right now that obviously no one really knows what it must be like unless you've dealt with it yourself. Out of nowhere, there was no warning, Terry. And if anything, there may be a part of him, a small part, I'm hoping, probably a small part, that feels a little bit of responsibility in his mother's passing out of nowhere. There was no lead-in. I mean, as troubling as someone losing a parent who dies of cancer, at least then you have time to prepare and mentally get yourself ready and all that goes into seeing a loved one go. So she went out of nowhere. She was perfectly healthy one day and died the next. And why? Because of something so unnecessary like a 58-year-old woman getting liposuction?
Well, but again, she wasn't completely and perfectly healthy. Remember, she had heart issues.
She was healthy enough to live. She wasn't going to die if it weren't for the surgery. She wasn't healthy enough to get elective surgery, but she was fine. She was not unhealthy. She wasn't dying. She wasn't even close. She was perfectly healthy. She wasn't healthy enough as a 58-year-old to get general anesthesia. Most 58-year-olds are probably not. She was absolutely fine. She was healthy. She didn't need this surgery. Kanye West, I bet, in all his mental battles that he's dealing with, trying to come to grips with all this, probably has had moments where he thought, if I didn't become successful, I wouldn't have put my mother in the position where she feels she needs to look good at all times and get this liposuction. So in other words, if Kanye West isn't a big success like he is, his mother is still alive. There has to have been a moment over the past number of months since her passing that he's thought that. So as I said, there's a small part of him that feels responsible for all this. And you think he's just going to jump into a marriage now? You can forget it. And she's still trying to put pressure on moving this marriage forward? That was probably the last straw.
Oh my gosh.
She's still talking about marriage? The marriage is off for 10 years minimum.
Wow.
And if she still brings up ideas about getting married, that's the last thing he needs to be hearing right now. So, of course, he called off the wedding. Another of these overzealous women with their weddings.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you
weddings.
OGs till you're blue in the face. What do you say about that, OGs, Judge Judy?
Look.
Come on, Judge Judy.
It's early in the morning. I'm fresh out of stuff here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I got nothing.
Boy, oh boy. Oh, this is our wedding album. Oh, history. This is Philip's oldest daughter. She's the evil one. Yeah. She wants my pension. She's telling him what to do the whole time. She's a bad, bad, bad person.
She wants my pension.
Her pension,
like she's worked, Terry.
Well, I'm sure
she calls it a pension.
Is that what they call it in that world?
I've never heard it called that. She's nuts.
What is she supposed to call it, though?
She's supposed to call it her divorce settlement. Call it what it is.
But even if he died, she would get something, and that wouldn't be a divorce settlement, so it's got to be called something.
Her inheritance, then. Whatever. She calls it a pension. A pension is only used in work arenas.
You would think.
Well, she was...
I worked for you for 30 years, so I get $500 a month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She's crazy. You said that she'll be able to marry some other rich...
She'll find some other guy. Some other guy will snag her up and make her the trophy.
You are more nuts than she is. After seeing this video, there's not a guy on this planet that's going to go within 10 feet of her.
No, I think you're wrong. I think there'll be somebody... She's good looking. She knows a lot of people.
We went to her website. She's got her own website. She's got pictures of her with her arms around Liza Minnelli, Terry. This is a woman who knew all the people in the New York scene. Liza Minnelli!
I kept looking. It's me and Johnny Depp. Here's me and Stevie Wonder.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I told you.
Pictures like that?
Oh, yeah. Someone will snag her.
Stevie Wonder's probably waking up this morning going, I didn't have to see it to know that woman was freaking crazy.
Push me in front of people and make me take pictures with them.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that.
This woman was connected.
Yes.
Someone will grab her.
This woman was going to, as I said, Terry, to all the big galas where you take pictures with Stevie Wonder and Johnny Depp and all the big wigs. And then she had a snap and make a video of her having a nervous breakdown on camera. That's all this is.
Boy, oh boy. Oh, this is our wedding album. Oh, history. This is Philip's oldest daughter. She's the evil one. She wants my pension. She's
the daughter.
How dare her?
Did nothing that we know of, Terry.
Yeah.
Being abused in this video of this wife getting revenge.
Telling him what to do the whole time. She's a bad, bad, Bad person.
Now, do you advise, Terry, you're enjoying this. You're loving it. You're thinking that this rich guy had this coming to him.
Sure.
You're assuming that, and I don't think it's probably that unrealistic to think that this guy was a neglectful husband who didn't treat her maybe as respectfully as a woman believes she should be treated, I guess. Do you advise future women that get frustrated to be turning on cameras and making videos like this and throwing their boyfriends and husbands under the bus? You're going to go that far to make that advice right now, Terry?
It's all personal, you know, whether or not you want to. I mean, it's
I'm not
probably...
asking whether...
Wait. No, I'll answer the question.
Can't let you off on whether or not you want to. No, you tell them what to do right now.
I think that it's probably better than crashing into their cars or ruining personal property. I think some of the things that women tend to do when they get all crazy like this. It's a lot less harmless.
So short of killing somebody, it's better, right?
A lot less harmful. But anyway,
it's an open forum.
Yes.
Public place.
So that's the only time you'll give the advice. You don't give them the advice to do it unless they were planning on destroying property or killing or stabbing. Then and only then should they use this as a resort that will be just as effective as far as relieving your frustration without getting you in as much trouble as crashing into his car. Okay, wonderful advice. So instead of I can't deny that advice. If you were planning on taking your vehicle and flying top speed into his vehicle, this may be a better route.
It's less physical harm.
How do you disagree with that?
Physical harm.
I'm not disagreeing. If you were truly the person who was planning on going 60 miles an hour into his stationary car, then this may be a better course of action.
Save a lot of paint jobs from the king.
It's a bit of a cop-out answer, too.
Exactly.
You got to go out on a limb here.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Even she's not going to tell any women to be the stupid and nuts and crazy and psycho. Psychos!
Personal preference.
Meanwhile, Alicia, who we talked to over the past 6 hours, Terry, and it's only a 4-hour show, you do the math, she's presently, I understand, with a patient, whatever that means. She's with a patient right now, and she's going to have Pasty call in the next couple of minutes and come back on if she can to
I'll play doctor right here.
Continue discussing her life that was, as I said, perfectly mapped out, and now is in utter chaos herself. Kay in Palo Alto, you're on the air. Hello.
Hey, T-Man.
How are you, baby? What's up?
Just 3 really quick comments. I'll make them really fast.
3 comments.
Yeah,
that's one per customer, right?
3 really quick ones. I just wanted to comment. The other day, I didn't call in, but I heard Terry talking about, if that was her kid that got beat up by those girls, how she'd go over there.
Sure.
I would have to say I'm with Terry on that. I would be right behind her.
Well, instead of going over there, you can just turn on a camera and go off on them and put it on YouTube.
Be over there. Not
Save a lot of
second
paint
thought.
Jobs.
Not a second thought. My second comment.
Yes.
The girl with the video who made the video about her husband.
Yes.
I think it's hilarious. I think there's a lot of worse things she could have done.
See? Could have keyed a car, huh?
Hey, if you want to play the game of there's a lot of worse things they could have done kind of situation, fine. Even Charles Manson, there's worse things he could have done. Believe it or not. So I'm glad he went that route.
Yeah, Mom and Dad, sorry I got all F's, but hey, I could have killed 30 people. Think about it. I mean, it's not that bad, really, on the scale.
Well, but you were talking revenge. You're talking revenge factor and all that.
Weirdos looking for silver linings. Unbelievable. Okay, there's a lot.
But apparently she's not concerned with whether or not she's going to get any money. You know what I'm saying? So she's having her fun. It's funny. Okay, good for her. And then lastly, the girl who just called in about her man staying out all night and then not coming.
Yes.
Coming back, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Absolutely not. My foot would be up his. Okay.
Anus. So, yes.
But again, it's a red flag. She's smart to stop and think about it.
No, but she is setting a standard right now as to how much she will tolerate.
Yes.
And she is letting way too much slide. If he doesn't have enough respect for her to call her, at least. Absolutely not.
Right, I agree with that.
Absolutely not.
And how do you know that there was a possibility of him calling? You don't even know what his circumstances were all night long. Now, the chances are...
Well, obviously he wasn't in the hospital because she didn't say anything about him being injured in any way, shape, or form. Let's see, everybody's got a cell phone. Remember, we just talked about how there's no landlines.
Turning her headphones
it's a damn good thing that he established this. I advise every guy, before your wedding day, stay out all night or do do something that's going to make your wife-to-be's true colors come flying out. Because if she's this over the top, it's a good thing that you
And
know
again, I asked you, is it going to fly in your house? Is that cool in your house?
If I want to stay out all night, I'm staying out all night.
Are you?
And
Then why don't you just do it then?
I have no interest in staying out all night at this point in my life.
Just do it because you can.
But if I was, I would. I don't need to do things because I can. There's a lot of things I could do because I can. I got only a couple of plans this weekend, Terry. I got to shop for a flat screen. And
so your wife would have no problem. She just, a whole 24 hours.
She may have
the roles were reversed and she stayed out all night. Is that okay to wait and see your true colors? Is that cool?
You think it's getting me to a point where I'm ending my relationship? No, I'm assuming she had a reason for staying out all late.
And it's none of your business.
If she doesn't want to tell me about it?
Really?
If I'm even interested in hearing about it, first of all, and she doesn't want to tell me about it, I'm not just say.
Then what if she continually does it like once a week?
I'm secure.
Doesn't talk to you about it
in the decisions I made up till now.
Right?
I know where I'm at.
I understand.
If I have to start questioning all the decisions I made up till now, well, that just shows what kind of state I'm in. That my relationship's so fragile that everything and all the decisions I made up till now could be thrown into chaos because of one night. There's nothing that could happen in a one-night situation that I don't know about, given all of the things that I'm aware of in my relationship. All right?
But
if your world is so fragile and you're so unsure of yourself and you're so unsure of your relationships that anything that happen in one night could just absolutely end it, that's your problem. Don't put it on me.
It's not about fragility, T-Man. It's about respect.
That's exactly what it's about.
Exactly.
You apparently are so insecure and so unsure of your relationships that anything that can happen in one night that you don't even know about can end your relationship just like that. Well, that's your problem. Don't worry about me.
With being unsure.
Not at all.
Everything to do with being unsure. That's exactly what we're talking about.
It's good to know that if your wife came home, after a year, and then next thing you know, you find out that one of your kids isn't even yours, you'd be cool. I know. I'm saying that because he's so secure with his relationship and his decisions he's made.
I'm not going to find out that one of my kids is not mine.
Okay. All right.
I don't have to worry about these
Okay,
things.
good. I'm
because
glad.
I know where I'm at.
Right. I understand.
All right.
And what was the stat we read about?
Save the show just in case you can embarrass me if it turns out to be your way.
Right.
But the thing is, it is also a respect on both ends.
Exactly.
That's all it is. It's not an insecurity. It's not trusting, anything like that.
That's exactly what it's about. It's about a lack of trust.
Communication and things like that. If that's the case, then why do you guys even talk to each other? Just be roommates.
Terry's just rambling on. I can't even figure out what direction she's at now.
And it's a red flag because this caller is right.
Like
this caller is right. You set a precedent.
Good. You look for all the red flags in the sky,
and then when you get married and you find out, 3 years later that he's got somebody on the side for the last 7 years that you didn't know about.
Okay, if that's what you're worried about, then why even bother getting in a relationship?
It's not even being worried, but when it all comes out, you go, wow, the red flag was there. But
oh my gosh. Okay.
It's just my whole point is it's just about respect.
Right, I agree.
And I don't think that she should be so fragile that she gets upset over everything. But I think if she has things that she's expecting from a relationship and they don't agree on it.
Well, here she is right now. Tell her to move on. Tell her to pack her bags and get out before noon. Why don't you tell her yourself? Go ahead. I'm out of breath.
Yeah, I'll be chatting on Terry Cam. I can't get a word in anymore.
Go ahead, Kay. Tell Alicia. Alicia's on the line now.
Hey,
hello.
It's Lisa, right?
Alicia.
Alicia. Okay, well, I just wanted to say that,
are you going to let her tell her or not? Are you going to let her tell her? You told her you would.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, Alicia, guys are going to take more than you give them. If you give them a hit, they'll take a mile.
And then they're going to bitch about women doing that. You know that?
So
She's being smart.
You set the bar. You set the bar where you want it. You have a mutual respect for each other. If he doesn't respect you enough to at least call you and say, I'm going to be out, whatever, then that's a problem. And he's going to keep doing it. He's going to keep pushing the limits. Yep. And then later on, he's going to be like, why are you complaining? You never complained before. So you let him know from jump. This is what I expect. If you don't want to do that, that's cool. It's okay. I don't mind letting this go.
My counterpoint.
If he won't respect you.
My counterpoint to all men listening.
her wholeheartedly. Good job.
I'm sure you do. My counterpoint to all men listening, before you get married, assuming there are people right now who are thinking about getting married to someone, even if you have nothing to do, stay out all night, even if you're sitting in your car by yourself.
Both genders, then.
Talking to yourself, doing nothing, just to come home the next morning to see what kind of woman you truly have and see what her reaction is. And if she reacts like this, in this unnecessary, over-the-top way, you know where you stand.
Not even, she was actually pretty cool. She went to work and...
be out all night. A real man wouldn't be out all night without calling and saying, I'm cool, I'm okay, just wanted to let you know I'm still out. That's respectful.
Yeah.
That's respectful.
Which one is this?
All it is.
Is this Kay or Alicia talking?
Kay.
Can't tell the difference.
But the other thing, too,
all complaining women sound the same to me.
The other thing, too, is, and Kay makes very valid points. It is, I mean, it's not, if you want to stay in the relationship, that's all up to you, but understand that you do need to communicate that this is not what you like or what you expect, because you know that if you did it to him, he would hate it just as much.
If I had been
if you had been out all night, he would have been stalking you. He would have been calling your friends, your mom, your sisters, gone to your job, everything like that.
Baby,
no, he wouldn't have. No, he wouldn't have.
Well, I mean, he calls me if I'm at the store too long.
See?
Seriously.
So there you go. And then he doesn't want to. It's only supposed to go one way.
Alicia, still to this moment, he won't engage in the conversation. He won't even entertain the questions that you have as far as where he was that night.
He goes, "Why do you want to know? Why do you want to know? I was just out."
Oh, hell no.
Hell no.
I hate that hell no. I thought we left that hell no in the mid-90s.
No. All right, well, the hell no is,
girl. Yeah,
next time is just, no one's saying kick him to the curb.
You need to break out a DVD of Waiting to Exhale. And
yeah, I'm glad it's not the 90s
We're all just
anymore.
saying that if that's the case, it does go both ways.
Okay, anyway.
That's ridiculous.
It just goes both ways.
Good luck.
Alicia.
Good luck, Alicia.
Talk to the hand, Alicia.
I wish you the best, but
no more. Help me out.
You need to demand that respect, though.
Yeah, you do. I agree. Demand that respect.
Alicia, you're going to take these ladies' advice and move on and cut him out from the knees and move on as if you never met him?
Don't listen to T-Man. Don't listen to T-Man. Get your respect.
all we're saying, we didn't say cut him loose.
Trying to find out what effect you've had on
We didn't say cut him loose. We just said if you're going to stay within the relationship, just
torture yourself.
Let him know. He's already done that to her.
He ain't on that in a bag of chips.
He's already told her that she can't be at the store more than her allotted time.
Alicia, what are you going to do? What are you going to do now? Now that this man has made it clear that he's refusing to answer your questions and doesn't seem like he's ever going to, and you have to live with that mystery night, how are you going to proceed? Are you going to call off your wedding? Are you going to break up with him? Are you just going to forget about it? Because you pretty much have to do one or the other.
I think he's in major trouble.
Oh, okay. That says a lot.
Yeah.
Not sure.
I think...
How is he in major trouble?
If it's not all the way off, the wedding is definitely going a lot farther into the future.
Mm-hmm. And you're feeling like that's going to bother him?
I'll show you. I'm not going to make you wear a tux and go to the wedding anytime soon.
It depends on what happened that night. I mean, he needs to.
You're never going to know what happened that night. You're never going to know what happened that night.
And even if she doesn't know what happens, then then the word's already spoken. He doesn't respect her enough to show her that, hey, I'm okay, nothing happened. Sorry, you're worried. Alicia, you're being smart. You're seeing the red flag, and
Alicia, hold on.
You're researching.
Hang on a second, please. I had to. Alicia.
That was the greatest.
Yes.
You're expecting that...
Oh, she turned her mic off. She's so salty.
You're expecting that at some point soon...
Okay, good.
You're going to find out what happened that night. And I'm telling you that if you haven't found out at this point, the likelihood of you ever finding out is like minimal.
And by the way, Alicia, these guys talk so much big mess.
I was making a point.
She doesn't care. She don't mind.
What? Yeah, I could walk into my house and my wife could just forget it. I'm the man.
Yep,
hey, Alicia.
And it's not even there.
Alicia, you know what you need to do? Don't argue with him.
No, you don't.
Don't argue with him. Don't start an argument. Don't start a fight. Just let him know that if he wants to do his own thing, you're going to do your own thing. Don't fight with him. Fighting with him is not worth it.
This is healthy. This is great, healthy advice that's being given here. Alicia, let me give you the proper advice now. You either decide you can live with the mystery night and move on.
Can't.
Or
this will be one of many mystery nights. One of many.
Yep, one of many.
Well, then that's the other option.
Yep.
You could decide, hey, I'm not going to be dealing with a guy who, where there's smoke, there's fire, and I'm not prepared to have this happen to me again, so I have to end it now. You could call it off, but you can't go in between and live this life of never letting him forget how mad you are. And
she's not probably going to do that.
Either move on from it and excuse him because you trust him, or call it off. Playing it in the middle is not going to work. Yeah. Now, what are you going to do?
Well, he can't trust me, so I can't trust him. I guess it's going to be off.
Whatever. Wow. Screw it.
Alicia, do your thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Alicia, do you. Don't worry about him. There's plenty of them out there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you, Alicia? Seriously, don't let any man take advantage of you or your trust.
Okay.
Do your own
she can't get over it. She should cut it off, though. You're right.
Exactly. That's why I'm advising her that.
Because he'll take the garbage out and he'll say, oh, you going to come back or no? What are we going to do here?
And she says that she'll be with the knee pads on tonight.
Wow.
Before 6 p.m. Big talker. I know you, Alicia. I know who you are. Well, then I have to move on. Whatever. I actually commend you if you're being honest, because if you truly can't live with it, you should move on.
Right.
But women like you never can.
Waited this long.
Stop talking big.
Waited this long for a ring. Nothing's stopping her now.
Exactly. Big talker. Just like your little two amigos here.
Yeah, sitting in a room full of big talkers.
Yeah, I'm not a big talker.
Now let's call your wife and ask her how she'd react.
Doer. My wife would be fine.
Okay, but can I ask her? Can I ask her, big talker?
My wife is busy right now.
Doing what? Let's get her on the cell phone.
YouTube, right?
Exactly.
Leave her alone.
Oh, okay.
You hired Brian De Palma. He's over there directing her. It should be awesome.
My gosh, what a big freaking deal we're talking about here. He's out one night. Big whoop. Either you trust him.
I agree with you. One of many. But it's not.
Either you trusted him the day before he went out that night, or you didn't. Figure it out.
Understand that, like she said, you know, it's one thing. She obviously went to sleep trusting.
She trusted him enough to get engaged to him. So either you're a stupid idiot who got engaged to a guy who couldn't be trusted, and you should cut him loose, or you're not. Figure it out. Figure it out!
I don't see my wife from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. There's plenty of time to do stuff. If she doesn't trust me, she
anyone
wouldn't
who wants to cheat
go
can
out
find
all
the
night.
time. You don't need to be out all night to cheat.
I understand that.
I'm by myself for 9 hours a day.
And that's obviously what we're worried about here is him cheating on her, right?
And you never talk to her? You never talk to your wife?
Sometimes I don't.
I can cheat.
The whole day?
Cheat in 20 seconds.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Andy.
Go for it.
First,
yeah, I'm going to need 40 seconds for you. All right. Andy, you're on the air.
Hi.
Andy, you're Andy?
Yes, I'm Andy.
Oh, what's up, Andy?
Well, so I'd like to agree with T-Man on what he just said earlier about...
Of course. You're a sensible woman named Andy.
You can't blow it off for one night. I mean, what if he just didn't have the time to call? It could happen.
Well, the likelihood of that is probably small, but still, either you trusted him the day before he went out, or you didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
And if all of a sudden you realize that you made a mistake in trusting him the day before, then cut him out!
Yeah.
But figure out where you're at, dummy!
I think it's just stupid to throw away your relationship for one night. I mean...
And I told you, not only would my wife be perfectly okay if I ever stayed out all night in any time in the near future, but if she did as well, I would be fine with it. I know when you reach the top of the mountain, Terry, there's nowhere else to go. She ain't cheating on me.
And let's say I was out all night, and even if she did get upset, she's not going to sever the relationship. You know, she's not going to call everything off. I'm out of here.
You don't need to stay out all night to cheat on someone. It's not the only way it's done.
Especially with this job.
All right? I got 6 interns lined up outside right now. I can violate them all in the next 30 seconds.
Wow.
Violating interns.
Yeah, I think you'll be tired by the 4th, so I'll take 5 and 6 if you don't mind.
It's a deal.
Okay. I understand if you about not being trusted, but...
Then we'll stay out all night just for fun. Andy, thank you for the call and your sensibility. I appreciate it. It's very sorely needed around here these days.
You're welcome.
Take care. Take care, my love. My lovey love. Tiny, you're on the air.
What's upper?
How are you, sir?
You know what, man?
Yes, Tiny.
These women always hollering about respect. I do respect you. I don't put my foot in your ass when you piss me off every day.
Oh, that is the height of respect, Terry. You got to admit.
That's restraint, respect, everything.
Why are you closing your eyes and nodding no, Terry? You're done talking this morning? Is that it? You're on strike now? Well, luckily your strike came at the right time. It's the weekend, baby! Yeah! What's that, Tiny?
You know I'm on Baker mad.
Yes.
Because my thing is, all this is called by the biggest lie in the world. Monogamy.
Biggest lie in the world.
If every woman,
the biggest lie in the world.
If every woman broke up with Tiny for every night he stayed out all night, Terry, the man would be setting records.
God, look. One, I don't care if my woman go be with another man. Love to me is
But
not...
see, you're a different... I mean, you guys have that open agreement. But you have that communication.
It's hard for you to talk,
right?
When you and your wife are swingers,
right,
it's not really.
He's saying everybody should, though.
Everybody should, but for some people, it's just not in their makeup.
Tiny is trying to make a point that every marriage should be an open one.
I mean, there's nothing gets me hotter than seeing a guy rail my wife. I would love to see that.
Yeah, there you
Doesn't mean you have to watch, but
okay, well,
yes. When men have sex with your wife, Tiny, do you watch or no?
Oh, I take photos.
See, there you go.
Well, I don't know if that's for everyone, Tiny. You seem to have a very easy way about you.
I would never want to see that. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
Love is not sex. Love is knowing your ATM PIN number when I need $1,000.
Oh, jeez.
That's love.
You think I need to see my wife actually enjoying sex? Come on.
No, thanks, dude. Watching some guy go to town on your wife, I'll pass, I think.
Some guy actually doing a good job with my wife?
Wow.
With the big one? No, thanks.
They're saying, yeah, this is the right way.
This is the way I could have always had it. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, who needs that, man?
Yeah, I don't need that.
I'm a pretty weird dude. Swinger? Not for me.
And my wife don't need that. She knows. But she don't know. Ain't gonna hurt her.
Not worth it.
And I ain't either.
I don't know, dude. This is how my wife really likes it. Try this. She loves this part, dude. Go. I'll watch.
1-866-663 T-Man back at these words.
The T-Man Show.
For the first time, I saw the video that goes along with the Vinnie the Pooh stealing of the gay phone operator webcam from Wednesday, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
First time during this past break, I actually saw it. And when you actually get to the payoff, which is a little bit long, because especially since I didn't have speakers to hear what audio was going on, Gay's video that was posted on YouTube is like 4 minutes of just sitting around waiting for Vinnie to jump off his stove. That's a little long. That's a lot long.
It's a slow start.
It's worth it, though.
Maybe when I hear the audio, it'll be worth it, but I was just sitting around waiting for something to happen. But then when something finally happens, I mean, these guys were like... Gay is, again, like the backstop that I said on the air he was, and then some, and then Vinnie the Pooh reaching for his webcam and trying to complete the mission, Terry. It's a priceless video.
Yeah, I know.
I mean priceless.
I understand.
If priceless is, by definition, is worth about $5, it's priceless, Terry. And it's up on the tmanshow.com for everyone to see. Wow. Everyone should go and check this out as long as you can, fast forward. Because I don't know why Gay made it like 6 minutes, 7 minutes long.
Just put the hits on there, baby. Mm-hmm. Come on, show us the action.
Just play the hits. But Gay did a good job putting that up there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And recording it all.
Vinnie comes flying off pretty tough.
I knew everyone in Terry Cam Land was going crazy while it was happening, Terry.
Oh, it was nutty.
Now I know why, seeing Vinnie leap off that stove the way he did.
Awesome.
In superhero mode, Terry. He takes that leap off the stove, and then him and a 300-some-odd pounder just jostling like that.
Oh.
And no wonder Vinnie has that gangly-looking mark on his forehead.
It's crazy.
Whoa. It's probably infected, too.
That may never go away. You may have that... You think that'll go away in about a week. That may be there like a year from now.
I hope
there may be a remnants of that. Yeah.
God.
Mm-hmm.
You may have staph infection in there already. Just being in his place.
You better hope that's the only infection that's in there.
That's right. How's your immune system?
Is he going to answer my call in this show?
Probably not.
Do I have to buy him a flat screen, Terry?
Come on, you cannot buy him a flat screen.
He'll be so out on me if I actually go out and buy him a flat screen?
So out.
That may be the only reason I think about doing it.
No, never hear from him again.
Is the backlash that would come about if I actually fulfilled his request and bought him a flat screen.
Oh, yeah.
I'll steal that, too.
What do you want?
What's your problem?
Oh, wow.
You should be happy. A very exciting video of you is up on theTmanShow.com.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, so why do you sound so defeated and depressed? Which personality are we talking to now?
He's mad at you still.
Which one did you make this time?
Oh, I make your personalities?
Yeah, you make me goddamn split. What do you think?
Did I make you call and out of nowhere, out of left field, just make you ask me if I could buy you a flat screen TV? Like I'm your sugar daddy or something like that? And that don't you think that's a little peculiar behavior for you to be asking me that? Not to say that I'm not thinking about doing it for you because you're a friend in need. I mean, all people in need a flat screen.
Sure,
right?
They do.
But he could have tried to camouflage it like Christmas or something.
Yeah, like if it was his birthday and he said, "Hey, it's my birthday, and this is kind of what I'm hoping for. I think I've gone the extra mile on the program lately, and I don't get paid."
Why would my birthday make it any goddamn difference? You didn't get me anything for Christmas.
Oh, cry, baby.
You know what? Shut up, Pooh. Shut up, Pooh, pathetic.
Oh, clean your house.
You know...
Screw you, my house is clean. You know what? You
garbage
showed
everywhere.
Up unannounced. I had no time to straighten up anything.
Oh, so there it is.
Took all my
Especially your
crap
sex life.
on the counters on the floor.
Yeah. Well, you have, at Christmas time, you weren't really appearing on the show much. Over the past number of months, you have been there when...
Excuse me?
Oh, geez.
Oh,
boy. Have I forgotten something, Terry?
Oh, he is not liking it.
My ass was on the show quite a lot last year.
But you make it like the show can't live without you. As a matter of fact, I get so many emails of people saying enough with Gay already.
Oh, here we go.
Let the show live without me, okay?
Geez.
You know what?
You're a caller! You're nothing more than an exotic caller! I don't know why you feel like... I mean, you do participate a lot. There's no doubt about it. I do like you being on. You are a friend of the show and mine. I think I've made that clear, and I've shown that to be the case, that I acknowledge that to a degree that most friends wouldn't go, but thankfully I can go and be there for you in need. So why you are, making it like you deserve, like you're entitled to a flat screen is a little bit over the top, don't you think?
No.
You're working. Go out and buy your own flat screen. Where's your pride?
Is what now?
I lost my pride a long time ago, okay? You know what?
Not to say I'm not considering buying you a flat screen because you're a friend and you asked, and it was peculiar that you asked, but I may do it.
Can't do it.
All right?
Vinnie will kill you.
I will kill you.
Both of you.
So what are we going to do about this?
I don't care.
You do care, so don't pretend like you don't.
No, I don't care.
What do you want me to do?
You're going to do what you want anyway, T-Man.
You're mad?
You are going to do what you want.
I knew it.
You are going to do what you want.
Why shouldn't I do what I want? Shouldn't you do what you want? Shouldn't everyone be able to do what they want? Of course I'm going to do what I want.
T-Man, you should do what that guy wants to do. All the time.
What kind of statement is that you're going to do what you want? Of course. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Gay phone operator?
Figure out a way to get me a flat screen.
How big a flat screen would you like?
Oh, my God, this is so crap.
Just not saying I'm going to get him one. I just want it to be on the record as to what he's asking for.
There's a Mitsubishi Diamond 60-inch that's pretty damn nice out there right now.
Okay.
And you call me pathetic?
For someone who's never had a flat screen, I don't think you jump in with both feet to the 60-inch, all right?
Wow.
A 42-inch should suffice at Costco.
Right.
Right.
No, that's not good enough.
That's the break-in flat screen that everyone...
No, that's not good enough, Scott. Okay, I've been looking at them. I've been researching them. So kiss my fat gay ass.
He's been researching them so I could buy him one.
Yeah, so look, you should also...
He does a lot of research for me.
You should research your wallet and get your credit card out.
I tax return to buy me one this year, and I can't.
See, that's the thing.
Because I'm using it to pay bills.
If I were to buy him a 42-inch Panasonic from Costco, he'd be mad at me.
Not good enough. I'll pass. But thanks anyway. You know, you had to pay bills with your tax return. Oh, like everyone else in America. Wow. Now you deserve a TV because you paid your bills.
I wasn't complaining about it, ass. I'm saying what happened.
We busted in his house.
Don't make it sound like, you'll go back in. No, I was planning on it. I was going to try to do it, but I'm being a goddamn responsible adult and paying my goddamn bill.
Congratulations. I'll have a medal coming your way by UPS today.
A responsible adult asks a friend to buy it for him.
Yeah, that's a responsible adult writ large.
You should go buy one at a pawn shop.
You're a weird guy, man. You're a weird guy, but you're our friend.
He's your friend.
And you're probably our friend because you're a weird guy.
He's probably going to get a stupid TV out of it. It's going to piss me off, too.
You can't do it.
I don't know.
I'll quit.
Wow. We kind of busted in his house, and he's been on the program a lot. And
yes.
He's a weird guy.
He is.
For a $30 camera, you going to buy him a TV?
I'm not going to buy it for him today, that's for sure. When's your birthday?
It's in October.
Not till October.
Well, you may have to wait till October, man.
Okay, he can't go to Vegas if you buy it.
You know what, Vinny?
I'll think about it.
You don't deserve to go to Vegas. I deserve to go to Vegas.
Why do you deserve to go to Vegas, and why do you deserve a flat screen?
A random listener that has listened to the show one time deserves to go to Vegas more than you, Vinny.
Why do you deserve a flat screen?
You can't even seal the deal when you go to Vegas.
Forget Vinny. Why do you deserve a flat screen? Remind me of why you deserve the flat screen.
Because I participate every goddamn day on the show. I bring something every time I'm on.
What do you bring?
Him.
And by the way, aren't all TVs flat screens? Can we stop calling them that now, by the way? Oh, I like the rounded screen.
They still sell non-flat screen TVs. You go to Best Buy, you'll find the back part of the TV.
Can't.
You absolutely will. I mean, they're flat screen, but they actually...
The screen is flat.
The screen is flat, but a flat panel.
Is that what he wants?
He wants a flat panel.
He wants one to put on the wall.
You can put on the wall.
He wants
I don't want to put it on the wall. I don't even... It doesn't have to be plasma. It doesn't have to be... LCD, I'm looking
at
how
generous of you.
Thanks. You know what? That's the thing.
We got you a pair of HD rabbit ears. You're going to love them.
Oh, my God. You know what? Shove your rabbit ears.
That's your job. You do that, not me.
I'll buy you a watch, man.
Good. Why don't I come over today and I'll shove it?
Okay. All right. Let's figure this out over the course of the next few days, all right?
When in doubt, hit on somebody.
All right.
Oh, gosh.
Have a wonderful gay weekend, gay phone operator, all right?
Yeah, you too.
All right. Don't be
Thanks
acting like you're mad at me. What did I do? I'm considering it, I said.
Oh, my God. No, you're not. You're just saying that to, whatever.
Okay,
you know what?
You know what? He's going to play like that until I actually have at his door a flat screen.
No, because that's never going to happen.
Okay.
It's never going to happen. You're just saying that.
Right.
To get me going, to get them to start making more fun of me, okay?
Right, right.
I'm done.
The T-Man Show. Wild 94.9.
Judge Judy never has nothing. But
anyway, look, you can wish on one hand and take a dump on the other and see what happens first, okay?
Wow. Judge Judy says take a dump?
I don't know. I just made that up.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great if she did. I'd start watching.
So he called off the wedding and gave her no reason. Like he needs to give her a reason. She can't figure out what the reason is. You think he's dealing with a little bit of personal issues right now or what? And the reality is I hear on his tour that he's done a great professional job at keeping most of his tour dates going. He has been knocking the cover off the ball from what I hear. From people who, I didn't go see him in a couple of local stops, but he has turned it out in such big-time fashion. People who go to his shows, his concert, are just blown away with how good he is. Wow. All things considered, considering he just lost his mom, people are raving about his concerts.
Yeah.
And that should be commended. But if you're expecting him to be not only the consummate professional that he obviously is being, on top of that, be jumping into a marriage now, you can forget it. He needs to give her a reason. What reason?
Well,
he
it's
needs
not
to give her a reason, really?
6 years. They've been together for 6 years, so it's not really like she was pressuring him. I don't think big time. And I actually think that she was probably pretty sympathetic, with his mother passing. So it's probably not like, okay, mom's out of the picture, let's get married now.
My mom just died out of nowhere, and you really need a reason? Is that what you're telling me? You really need to know why I'm calling this wedding off? I need to give you a reason? I need to sit down and explain things to you? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, so pretty much tell me besides it's not going to work out. Why isn't it going to work out? Is it because I'm just not emotionally all there? And as you know,
maybe
my mom
things have changed in my life.
Right,
okay?
so there's the reason.
Maybe it's not all about you. Maybe it's not all about you right now. Maybe you don't need a reason, all right? Do I really have to sit here and give you a reason after all I've been through? Is that what you're telling me? It's not good enough for me to call off the wedding? You need a reason? Are you serious? Get the hell out!
I need closure.
We ain't getting closure.
Oh, obviously not.
And,
someone's being selfish.
I didn't get any closure with my mother, unfortunately, so if you're looking for closure, I'm sorry you came to the wrong place. Okay? Need a reason. You didn't read all the headlines and realize there's some stuff going on in my world right now? You need a reason? She was upset she didn't get a reason?
I didn't say necessarily she was really upset. I just said in the news source said that the only reason really is a non-reason according to her.
And I actually believe that most guys who get engaged and give women rings, if they call the wedding off, like Kanye West is doing, they don't deserve or are entitled to the ring back. But under these circumstances, maybe he's one of the few exceptions. But considering how much money he's got coming in, he probably has not a leg to stand on. So the fact that he's asking for the ring back, that's maybe the only place I'll agree with you, Terry, that he's a little off on that request. But her needing a reason? Are you freaking serious? You can't figure it out? That things have changed in my world a little bit over the past few months?
Well, sometimes when you have something tragic happen in your life and you have somebody that you've been with and they've been kind of your rock. Well, this isn't one of those times, obviously. Sometimes maybe you're right. Sometimes when you have a crisis or some tragic thing happen in your world, you need someone that you love and is your best friend to be the shoulder to cry on, the person to lean towards and all that stuff. But obviously, Kanye West ain't feeling that. If anything, this has kind of cleared his eyes as to where he stands in life and where he doesn't want to be. And where he doesn't want to be is married to you. Wow.
So get the picture and stop asking for a reason. Give the guy a freaking break. Has he been through enough or what?
All right.
Give me a reason. Can you believe that bastard? I was with him for 6 years. I mean, I can see it from her perspective a little bit, Terry. Sure. She was with him from the very early days.
Right.
And now she's feeling like and women don't have 6 years of their lives to waste, let's be honest. Women's clocks are ticking at all times. How old fiance was this, Terry?
I am not sure. I'd have to look her up.
Well, look her up. Because I want to know how loudly the clock is ticking. How desperate times have now hit for the fiancé that has been dumped by Kanye West, Terry. Because don't get me wrong, there is a little bit of sympathy from her perspective that I feel. She's kind of been blindsided a little bit here, but if it wasn't going to work out, it wasn't going to work out. She would have rather it not worked out after they got married and she can get a lot of his stuff. But Kanye West, apparently a little bit thinking clearer than that these days. And maybe it takes a tragedy like this to realize what things are and how it all shapes up and sizes up, Terry, so to speak.
Very pretty. Let's see.
She's very pretty?
Yes.
What, do you think she was going to be a dog, Terry?
No, I didn't say she was.
Were you expecting a woman that barks at the moon and pees on the floor? What
you never know.
Kanye West girlfriend?
You never know.
You never know? No, you do always know. No, that couldn't be further from the truth. You always know. You expected her to be ugly? You're looking at Kanye West's fiance and you're shocked that she's pretty? Are you serious?
I wasn't shocked. I just said she's very pretty.
1-866-663-T-Man. You never know. You always know.
Okay.
Kanye West's going to be with some dog. You never know.
It could be.
1-866-663-T-Man. Terry feels bad for the fiancé a little bit more than she should. I feel bad in the appropriate amount of badness as far as the feeling is concerned. I feel bad for her, Terry. She didn't ask for this. She's kind of been rocked to the core a little bit by all that's now happened to her to some extent, but not nearly what Kanye West is going through, please.
Right.
She lost 6 valuable years of her life. She's kind of been thrown to the scrap heap. Maybe we don't know much about her. Maybe her personality would dictate that it was well-deserved, her being thrown to the scrap heap. Or maybe she was a really nice lady, Terry, that didn't deserve what's happened here. But nonetheless, Kanye West doesn't want to be with her anymore. Kanye West wants someone else. Maybe Kanye West wants you. I'm talking to every woman out there. Maybe and a couple of guys.
Terry
maybe
just packing her bags. You got her excited.
Oh, geez. Maybe Kanye West wants you, ladies. What if Kanye West did want Terry? What if Kanye West, traveling around the country, has been in enough spots to hear Terry free and has fallen in love?
Oh, she's already in the hallway.
Kanye West has one of his handlers call you and say, Terry, I would like to take you for dinner. Do you go, Terry? Yes or no?
Oh, absolutely not.
She had to think about it.
Oh,
no, I mean, it would be a very much.
Oh, absolutely. He's so handsome. Not.
I would take it as a compliment and appreciate it, but I would decline.
But you wouldn't go to dinner with him. You wouldn't even allow the chain reaction to begin of him sweeping you off your feet. Is that right? Because you have the soulmate that you've always longed for, Terry. And
yes.
Kanye West could try as hard as a man has ever tried to romance and try to get at a woman, Terry, and he ain't having any luck with you. Is that what you're saying?
Go. Yes.
You don't sound convincing, to be honest, but I'll just leave that alone. Anyway, 1-866-663-T-Man. Let's start with Andrew. Maybe get a little reaction on this news that Terry's hit us with. Kanye West on the block. Yes, Andrew.
Hey, Matt. Well, traditionally speaking, if the man breaks off the wedding, the woman gets to keep the ring. If the woman breaks it off, she gives it back.
Yeah, and that's the way I feel it should be. If the woman were to break it off, she can't then keep the ring that he gave her expecting to get married to her. Right. But if he decides the wedding's off and she wasn't feeling like that was something she wanted, then she shouldn't be then supposed to give the ring back. Right. It's pretty simple. It's pretty cut and dry.
Exactly.
Okay. Now we can get that straight, Andrew. It took Andrew to straighten us out on that. Ricardo, you're on the air.
Hello?
How are you, Ricardo? Yes.
Good. I just want to say I listen to you guys every day when I wake up in the morning, and I want to say hello to everybody. But I think, how do we know the ring that Kanye gave to his fiance doesn't have sentimental value? Wasn't it like his mom's or something, or was it just a ring he got?
Oh, well, if it was like his mom's ring, then it certainly would be something he's entitled back to. But
that's what I was thinking.
I would say, if that's the case, that if the engagement ring he gave this fiancé of his was like an heirloom and it belonged to his mom, and obviously, considering all that's happened, it's something he would definitely want and should be entitled back, he should give her something of equal value. He should have to, give her the cash value of what the ring would have been worth, because you still have to feel somewhat bad for her.
Here's an Xbox 360.
But he's definitely entitled to that ring back if it was a piece of jewelry that his mom used to wear.
Use a couple of wireless controllers, some video games.
Now, are you just speculating, Ricardo, or did you read that somewhere?
No, I just...
Did you hear that somewhere, that it was his mom's ring?
Yeah, I just woke up right now. I was like, well, that's just, I've seen it on TV. I watch a lot of TV and stuff, and I just thought, maybe that's what it was. It was his mom's or his grandma's ring or something like that, an heirloom.
That's very possible. And if that's the case, then if she were to say, no, you can't have the ring back, that would just absolutely be over the line. So I don't think any person, given what happened to Kanye West's mom and the circumstances and how close they were, would say, no, you're not getting this ring back. I don't think any person could do that. So, as I said, she should give the ring back, but he should compensate her in some fashion, especially considering how he kind of blindsided her here. She has invested, as I told you, 6 years into this man, and because they haven't been married, really probably doesn't have anything of a lasting nature, maybe a couple of cars or something like that, Jay, but nothing of a life-changing kind of perspective to show for it.
Well,
should have got him to marry her years ago. What's wrong with her? Monica, you're on the air. Hello.
Hi, I'm thinking that maybe the mom and her didn't get along. Like, maybe she talked about the mom, and the mom just wasn't going to have it anymore. And she passed away, and Kanye couldn't go against his mother's wishes at this point.
So Kanye always kind of turned away from acknowledging that there was always friction between them. But once she died in the tragic fashion she did, then he felt he owed it to his mom to break it off with her.
Exactly.
That's your speculation.
Yeah.
Because, as you know, Terry, very few mother-in-laws and daughters get along. Let's be honest. Even when they're civil to each other, they don't really get along.
Right. Okay.
There's never really never truly
like better off starting over.
Never really a true friendship or overall like that you have as far as the mother-in-law and daughter situation. As I said, you could be cordial, you could be civil, but you always tend deep inside to hate each other.
Wow, hate, really?
Oh, come on. You know that's not me overstating it, Terry. That is the situation. And
I agree. I agree that maybe
West,
she said some things about the mom, that he could never forgive her now that she's passed.
Wow.
Kanye West probably picked up on it. Maybe the fiance didn't hide it as well as some daughter-in-laws or future daughter-in-laws tend to do. Maybe she was more vocal about her disdain for Kanye West's mom. You know, Kanye West's mom was a pretty strong personality, so maybe that rubbed his fiance a little bit the wrong way sometimes. And she would get in Kanye West's face trying to tell him to straighten her out a little bit. And that's always a tough person. That's always tough to be in the middle between your girlfriend and your mom, or your wife and your mom. And once she died the way she did, Terry, there was no way he could then marry her.
Oh, geez.
That was it.
It'd probably be different if they were already married, but, you know, you don't really have a leg to stand on if you're talking about somebody's mom and you're not married to them.
And this is all, of course, speculation.
Right. True. Very true. I don't know. I know that I talk about my husband's mom.
Of course you do.
Wow.
You know, and if we were just
now,
dating
so
and something happened to his mom, he probably wouldn't have anything to do with it. And I don't know, she may have never said anything bad.
She has.
6 years is a long time.
Your mother-in-law hates you. But if she died now, that'd be a good thing because you're already married. Okay, very good. 1-866-663-T-Man. Now, do we find out how old Kanye West's fiance or former fiance is?
Well, he's 30, so I never, every time I look anything up on her, all I got was his age, and he's 30, so I'm guessing she's probably around his age, 27 to 30. I even looked on Wikipedia, couldn't find anything on her, so.
She's not really in the limelight in any capacity.
She's, I know that
not
she's
the Hollywood type.
Right.
She's a girl he's known from back in the day, and he's been with her a while, and she's not been in anything or has any interest in being like. You never even see her much.
No, you don't.
She's always done. I'll give her this. She's always done a nice job, and I truly think the majority of Hollywood professionals and music bigwigs like he is, people in the industry. I think most people in that kind of world appreciate the fact that they have a girlfriend, a fiance, or a wife that doesn't need to be thrusted into the spotlight, that always likes kind of like being behind the scenes and keeps her place in that kind of respect. I think a lot of guys like Kanye West would appreciate that. So that earned her points.
Right.
But obviously not enough points to go ahead with the marriage.
Right. For whatever reason.
Because he took back the ring and didn't give her a reason. No reason. I just want the ring back.
It's just not going to work out. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm doing this. I can't think of a damn thing as to what's causing me to do this, but the wedding's off. I'd like to give you a reason, but there is none. No, a reason. DJ Slick Rick, you're on the air.
Yeah, it's Slick Rick.
Slick Rick.
Hey, man.
Sick Rick, not Slick Rick? Okay, I'm so sorry, yes.
How dare you?
Anyway, I wanted to make a comment about
DJ Sick Rick.
Kanye and his mom. I think it was like a psychological thing. Now that, his mom passed away, unfortunately, his umbilical cord is cut in a sense because his mom's dying wish was for him to, it wasn't actually on her deathbed, but it was like her wish for him to marry his fiance. I don't know if you remember that statement that he actually put out there.
He said, he made it public that his mom's dying wish was to marry the woman that he just broke it off with.
Yeah, I think it was like a psychological thing. Now that his mom passed away, it was like a Norman Bates type of situation.
Well, if that's true, and I'm not sure I believe that, but if that's true, it makes it even that much more hard to believe that he would call off this wedding. If that was his mom, who he was so close to, if her dying wish was for him to marry his fiancée, and I don't know many moms that make that their dying wish, so I'm not really buying that. Maybe he just said that because he was, I don't know, going through a little bit of a mental breakdown, all things considered, in that situation. He just wanted to make the fiancé feel good or something. I don't know. I just don't know many moms who, when the man's already engaged, to make that her dying wish. So whatever. But I like your analogy of the umbilical cord being cut yet again. I mean, that as close as Kanye West was to his mom, and as shocking as this came, this whole immediate passing without warning. She went in for liposuction one day, was perfectly healthy, and was dead the next day. That is, I mean, just going to blow you away, Terry. And he could be still experiencing some little pseudo-mental breakdown of a situation going on. And she may just have been a little too much with the continual planning of the wedding, which he doesn't need right now.
So he
needs time and space.
So what do you think about the spring rolls? Fried or fresh on the spring rolls? What do you think we should do here?
You don't need to be going to wedding food tasting little consultations at this point in his life.
What about crab or shrimp in the spring roll? I haven't decided yet. What do you think, Kanye?
Should we get the salmon applewood or cedar plank? Wow. Kanye, I need your opinion on this. You don't really need that. Chelsea, you're on the air.
Hey, everyone seems real sympathetic to Kanye, and I'm not. I understand his mom passed away, but I don't necessarily think that has anything to do with his fiancée. He probably just wanted to get out of it so he didn't have to lose any money. He seems like that kind of guy to me that is so focused on himself that he just, wants to do what he wants to do.
So you're saying if his mom is still alive and nothing that we heard about with the bad doctor and all that scenario, if that was completely something that never happened, this would still be happening exactly the way it's falling out here. Is that what you're feeling,
Possibly.
Chelsea?
I don't get the feeling from Kanye West that he's a real compassionate, selfless person.
So you're saying he's pretty much a bastard. You're saying you get a sense that Kanye West is just a big old douchebag. Is that what you're getting at, or what? Well, I mean,
exactly. You hit the nail on the head there.
You can't say for sure. You can't say with any certainty that she's off base, Terry. I mean, you can't say that she's right on target either. But Kanye West at age 30 may be thinking, hey, I've been with the same girlfriend for 6 years. And yeah, I certainly have had some side action, but not as much as I could have had if I was all by myself, if I was completely single and didn't have her, checking me every so often.
So he was kind of faithful, right?
He was kind of faithful, which is very, very commendable.
Right. Well, but we all know he is pretty arrogant. I mean, we've heard some of the things that he has said, and so I can understand where she's coming from as far as it's all about him and things like that. But
he has a pretty big self-image of him.
He does.
Of himself, but a lot of that is warranted. But to the extent that he talks about it is a little bit overboard. And once you hit 30, a man at 30 can be having the, midlife crises are coming earlier and earlier these days because people are impatient to wait around till 40 and 50 years old, Terry. So they are having it, women are having it at 25, and men are having their midlife crisis at 30. Women are having quarter-life crises, and men are having a little major panic attack at age 30, and maybe he just realizes it's now time as far as me just blasting through all the hotness that the female world has to offer, and I don't need this
dead weight.
Well, what if it is related to his mom, and that his mom passing gave him some sense of immortality, of mortality, and then he was like, okay, I've been with this person, but maybe this isn't the be-all, end-all of everything. And now that my mom's gone, and people can drop dead, at the drop of a hat.
Which, true, yeah.
Whatever the reason is, the bottom line is he doesn't need to give her one, even after 6 years of going out, considering what he's been through, Terry. I mean, if his mom didn't die, then he would have to give her a reason. If his mom didn't die the way she did, he would be compelled to have to give her a reason after she invested 6 years of her life with him.
Right.
But even if that's not the reason, and even if Chelsea's right, it has nothing to do with his mom passing, just because his mom did pass, he's off the hook as far as having to give her a reason. He is not required to give her any reason under the circumstances. Hasn't he been through enough? He now has to sit down and deal with the uncomfortable little conversation? No, he's exempt from that conversation because his mom died. Well, what?
I just figured, obviously he loved her at some point and respected her as well, just that he would give her a little bit more. That's all. But again,
Jennifer, you're on the air.
Maybe the last caller is right. He just, he's just not that sensitive of a guy.
Oh, jeez. Jennifer, are you there?
Hello.
Yes, Jennifer.
Well, I'm just calling because I had a fiance that his mother passed away while we were dating for about
3 years we dated, and it took him about 2 years to get over it.
Mm-hmm. Was it an out of nowhere kind of passing, or was it something that was kind of expected? Was she sick for a while, or no?
No, it was out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
And
she was in Louisiana, and he always thought I should have been down there, and he didn't forgive himself.
Well, yeah, because Kanye was in Europe when his mom passed.
So you're engaged to him when his mom dies out of nowhere, and does he call off the wedding, or what?
No, but it took about 2 years for him to really open up to me and really, I think if he really has a good woman, then he'll be back.
And you're married to this man now, or what?
Yes, I am.
And you're happily married?
Yes.
So you stayed around waiting for him to come around, not knowing if he ever would, for 2 years, even though you expected to be married a lot sooner than that when his mom died. Is that fair? Is that the way it went down, or what?
Yeah, that's the way it went down. I think if you love somebody,
she hung around waiting for him to come around, Terry, and eventually he did. Now, the question is, Kanye West has called off the wedding here. Given her experience, does Kanye West eventually, maybe over the next year or two, come to his senses and reconnect with this fiancée who he's kind of scrap-heaped here, Terry, and
he could,
and marry her?
I think if she's a real respectful woman, and if she's a woman that truly is a good woman to him, I think...
Well, that was rather patient and tolerant of you to sit around waiting 2 years for him to come around. You knew he eventually would, or what? Wasn't that a little bit of a risk, considering, as I said, all women's clocks are ticking because every second that passes is a second that you can't spare?
I knew that it wasn't me that was causing the problem. I just knew that... what the problem matter. And I decided, he needed his time, he needed his space, and I would give it
2 years?
Yeah.
2 years, you said it took him to come around. What'd you do for 2 years?
Well, it was probably just there for him, whatever he needed. Just knowing that you're there for that person
I was there for him.
in whatever capacity that they may need.
Absolutely, and I think that she should
I really feel like I need a couple of hummers tonight.
I always feel like that.
So whatever he needed over those 2 years, you were there to give it to him, basically. Is that fair to say, or what?
That is fair to say.
It's very good.
Wow. Good for you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's love.
Good for him.
And you know what? True love will last forever.
If that makes you feel better. Okay, thank you for the call. Congratulations on how everything has worked out successfully. Could have been a very sad ending to that story, Terry, but she has told us very clearly it doesn't have that kind of ending.
Right.
Nothing but happiness.
Yep.
Oh, no. I don't advise anyone to try that at home.
Well, but some people will truly appreciate that. I mean, again, maybe Kanye isn't. Maybe he does need to break away from her to realize that she's a very special person.
Greg, you're on the air.
Obviously.
What's up, man?
Greg. Yes, Greg.
I just want to ask Terry, why is Kanye obligated to give a reason for breaking up, especially after something like that just happened?
And I said, for me, it would be...
Terry's going the 6 year angle. Yeah,
go ahead. A lot of time, and there's some love involved there and respect, but...
But after 6 years, he could have respect enough not to just try to damage...
What reason is she going to be satisfied with, Terry? What reason is she going to be like, oh, that makes perfect sense. Okay, I get it. No problem. There's not going to be any reason that's going to make her feel better.
I hate
nothing she wants to hear.
I don't like you at all. Is that what she wants to hear?
I don't find you attractive anymore.
No.
Wow.
You've gotten really ugly over the past 2 years, especially. Right. Yeah. What reason is going to make her feel good? Best reason is no reason.
All right. Maybe for her, she just wanted some kind of
When I hear your voice, I want to kill myself.
I don't know. I'm not her. I'm
that
just
makes sense. Then. We shouldn't get
trying
married.
to play her a little bit, but obviously it's not working, so...
Every time I look at you, I want to hang myself.
All right, then. We're done. That's a good enough reason for me.
When I drive on the way home, I just want to hit the gas when I get to the driveway and keep going forever.
Wow. All right. Well, obviously we are done.
Are any of these reasons making sense with you, honey? Or is
no,
okay?
I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, you're good? Okay, you think you're good? Okay, wonderful. He has to give her a reason. Women need their reasons. They need their closure.
The reason
so
was
important
it wasn't going to work. it wasn't going to
so vital, this non-tangible little thing called closure. I love it. You know how I've always been fascinated with women and their closure, Terry.
Yep.
So absurd. Gotta have closure. If I don't have closure, I'm gonna die. Please. Stop it. Can you please? Can you? I'm asking you a question, Terry. I want you to answer. Can you stop it?
Fine.
On behalf of all women, Terry, I normally speak for all women, but I'm asking you now since I'm doing the talking here.
Well, if that's the case, then no, I cannot stop it with closure.
And you know what?
Because guess what? Also, two men need closure as well, whether you want to believe it or not.
Wait.
You can go ahead and talk all big, like, oh, I am the man, so I don't need closure, but you do.
It's not about him being the man right now, Terry. His mom died.
I understand. I understand.
Can he? Is there any newspaper he can hand her to make her understand the reasons? As she needs a reason. He's like, have you opened up a magazine or any newspaper lately to hear what I've been going through, honey, or what?
I think I was there, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, then why do you need a reason? That's exactly why I'm not marrying you. Because you need a reason. When obviously the reasons are pretty clear. Thank you for confirming that I've made the right decision in calling this wedding off. Goodbye.
All right, goodbye.
The T-Man Show.
Paris Hilton brought some Hollywood glamour to Moscow with her bright red lips and, can we assume, faux fur coat? Oh. The heiress was in the capital city for the MTV Russian Movie Awards.
Oh, that's got to be quite the thrill. I can't believe I forgot to set my TiVo for the MTV Movie Awards in the Russian style. Mm-hmm. What was that? Everything all right there or what?
Things are falling apart here, yeah.
And can we assume faux fur coat?
Yeah.
The heiress was in the capital city for the MTV Russian Movie Awards.
Yeah.
Boyfriend Benji Madden was nowhere in sight, but being the faithful girlfriend she is, he wore his diamond-studded initials on her ring finger. Aww, new love.
What was that?
They each have their initials in a studded diamond form on their ring fingers.
Why does that not make sense? What did she say?
He wore his diamond-studded initials on her ring finger.
He wore Should be she wore his diamond-studded initials on her ring finger, not he wore his diamond, unless he carries around her ring finger.
Yeah, he cut it off.
That'd be very romantic. If he cut off her ring finger and just keeps it with him, then he could wear his diamond-studded initials on the ring finger he keeps. But otherwise, that doesn't make any sense, does it, or what?
Wow.
Just me?
Try one more time.
Let me play this back.
Boyfriend Benji Madden was nowhere in sight, but being the faithful girlfriend she is, he wore his diamond-studded initials on her ring finger. Aw, new love.
She wore his diamond-studded initials on her ring finger, right?
She says it wrong.
Right, she said it wrong.
Do they listen back to what they're putting on TV or what?
Come on, does it sound like it?
This isn't live like we're doing our show for them. They have an opportunity to listen back and tape and retape and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Nope. No thanks.
Done.
Put it in the can. See ya.
If you insist. Anyway. Terry, what else is happening out there? You gave us the breaking news.
Well, that was one of the big breaking news. Another one is...
oh, you're not done with breakup news?
No.
Yeah, but after you gave us the Kanye West breakup, what else could be a conversation piece? All right, give me the other breakup. Is there another big breakup? I
don't know how big it is for you, but Simon Cowell and his girlfriend, Terry Seymour, are no longer together.
Actually, that's pretty big. Here's a guy who's pushing what? How old is Simon? About 40, 45 years old or what?
Probably, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yet he feels like he still has a couple of miles left to run.
Obviously so, because she's like 26 or something.
He doesn't need to be tied down. Did he give her a reason, though, Terry? I mean, does he need a reason?
No, she dumped him.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, it says he wouldn't marry her, and also said there was rumors of cheating.
Yes.
So there.
Those are the reasons.
That's the lovely daily double that every woman's hoping for. Not only does he refuse to marry you, which I'm sure wouldn't bother every woman out there. Some women don't want to get married. But he just, on top of that, cheats on you all the time.
Yeah.
With every idle hopeful. And that's really where she finds it a little too much. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's your equivalent of her calling it off. Is that right? That wouldn't be, in some effect, him calling it off when he's cheating on her left and right. When he's screwing just about every woman that he pleases and not having any regard for his relationship. And on top of it, every time she suggests marriage, he says, I ain't marrying you. And then she actually is the one who says, well, after all the months and years they've been together, I'm going to go my own way. Is that really your definition of her breaking it off? Come on.
Well, I mean, obviously...
Did you have any options?
Sure, she got options. She could have just stuck with it and said, okay, I'll accept that and go on. Plenty of women do it. Plenty of women do it.
Of course they do, but I don't know if you could really call that her breaking it off. It sounds like
she just decided that is not for her, so she did.
All right, fine. Well, if you technically want to consider that her breaking it off, well, then obviously he really doesn't care.
Right.
All right.
He's not broken up about it. Being broken
actually,
up
sometimes those situations, the guys are more likely to care than guys who don't cheat.
Well,
guy who doesn't cheat is perfectly happy. Guy who doesn't cheat, perfectly happy with a woman. She breaks it off. He's like, all right, whatever. Guy who cheats, who doesn't really care about the girlfriend he has all the way along, then all of a sudden she decides to leave him. He's like, what? I can't live without you. You'd be surprised how men's minds work, Terry.
I'm sure I would.
You'd be surprised the reaction of a man.
Whoa. What does that make him?
Hey, the manhood.
It's kind of cool.
Melissa, you're on the air. 1-866-663-T-Man. Melissa, good morning.
Good morning. I just wanted to call and tell you that if you listen to the recording again about Paris and Benji, what she's actually saying is, being the faithful girlfriend that she is, P wore her thing, not he. Like P is in Paris.
P. She says P?
Yeah, P, like P for Paris. Listen to it again and you'll hear it.
All right, hang on. Let me put you on hold for a second.
Weirdos.
Boyfriend Benji Madden was nowhere in sight, but being the faithful girlfriend she is, he wore his diamond-studded initials on her ring finger.
P.
Aw, new love.
So what are we calling Paris? We're calling Paris P now?
I guess so.
Well, no, but Julianne Rancic does her own little abbreviations for everyone because, you know, she's first everybody, so.
Well, I got to get up to speed with her abbreviations, apparently.
Yeah, I just wanted to call because
I
heard it at first, too, but then I heard what it really was.
All right. Well, I've never heard anyone refer to Paris as P, but now we have to all be on our toes, apparently. Okay, what else? Is that why you called? You've been on hold longer than that, so why did you originally call? Is that why you called? Okay, whatever. Thanks for the scoop. Okay, whatever. 1-866... She's right, though, so I thank her for making the call, even though I think she was on hold longer than that and probably had something else she wanted to talk about, but only one topic per customer. Yeah, let me go to Joe in San Jose. Joe, what's up, buddy?
Hey, well, how you doing, T-Man? Terry, how are you?
Are the Sharks going to blow it or what? The Sharks wound up losing last night, right? They were down 2-0. I know that. Did they lose last night or no?
They did. They
lost.
They
so
lost.
Now, Game 7 in San Jose. That may have to be the play this week.
Yeah, that was going to happen on Tuesday. But anyways, what I wanted to say was that a couple calls back, this dude said, the mom's dying wish was for, him to marry this woman. And it's just like you said, not too many moms are going to make that their dying wish. But on the flip side, there is a lot of moms that are going to make that dying wish for their son to not marry this woman. But no guy is going to publicly say, oh, my mom said this instead, and the mom's not going to argue with him. She's dead. Right?
So wait a minute. Are you saying that it was Kanye West's dying wish for him not to marry her, and yet he came out saying it was the opposite? Or
it's plausible. It sounds very possible.
Anything's plausible. Anything's possible. But that doesn't. That doesn't mean it's the case. I don't think. If it's his mom's dying wish for him to not marry her, he's going to come out and spit it in the reverse. He's not going to say the opposite. Either he's going to say nothing or he's going to say nothing. If he kind of is not interested in making that information known. But I don't think that his mom makes it her dying wish for him not to marry her, and then he comes out and says the opposite. That would almost be a little disrespectful to his mom who had just passed at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But if she did say that, don't you think it would kind of stun him? He's not going to, say that that's what she said.
No, every dude knows when his mom doesn't like his girlfriend. Every dude knows when his mom doesn't like his wife. It's not any stunner at any time.
So
moms don't hide that stuff.
Said that then.
We don't know that his mom. I'm a big Kanye West fan. I always have been, but I don't know the intricacies of his mom and him. I know they were very close, but I don't know where she stood with his fiance. I don't know if she hated her or loved her or somewhere in the middle. Probably somewhere in the middle, but towards the bottom. Let me go to... We can discuss this all morning long if you want, ladies and gentlemen. We can analyze this. We'll take one more call on this. GMF Pike. GMF Pike.
Good morning.
You recognize that name, Terry?
I do. He's been kind of MIA in the Terry cam channel.
I know. I started a new job in San Francisco, and I'm trying to start off on a good foot and not really...
and actually do work?
Yeah, exactly. So... But I'll make an appearance later today. I'll at least get on there. I don't know if the camera will be up or whatnot.
Good deal.
Well, I'm sure everyone will be holding their breath until you do. Okay, GMF Pike, who wants to start on the right foot, Terry, with his new job.
That's good.
And then he could start screwing up big time, of course. GMF Pike, what can I do for you?
Well, it dawned on me this morning after you broke the story about Kanye and his fiancée breaking up that I really don't think it has anything to do with his mom's dying wishes or money or anything like that. I think it's because he found out she voted for George Bush.
Oh, jeez.
Now, you're just trying to be funny, or is that true?
Well, I'm just saying.
You're trying to be cute?
I think so.
Kanye, you might want to spare your new coworkers with these funny lines, these funny jokes of yours. If that's true, obviously we know Kanye West isn't very fond of George Bush. But if that's not true,
could it maybe have been that he wanted her to put on one piece?
Okay.
I almost didn't know what he was saying at first, Terry, and then I figured it out. He said, put on a one piece. Is that what you said, GMF Pike, just for clarification?
Maybe that's all he wanted. That's it.
Yeah, can you tell me again what he said, what he wanted her to do? Because I think I might have missed some of that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Put on a one piece.
Oh, Terry, you mean you're missing out on all this that GMF Pike has to offer in the chat room? Because
we are.
Why should the Terry Cam chatters have to suffer because you're starting a new job, GMF Pike? Why are they missing out on your unbelievable one-liners?
Well,
why? Why should they have to suffer? Because you have to start out on the right foot, I guess. That's so important that you start on the right foot in a new job, right, GMF Pike? That all the people in Terry Cam land are now feeling the blow.
Yeah, exactly.
Like your boss will be later.
Well, my boss is pretty cool, so hopefully maybe she wants me to get in there.
Hopefully. Oh, wow, that's a great blow. Anyway, GMF Pike, thank you. Yeah. Whatever. All right, there it is.
I think I would wait till the benefits kick in before you start with the one-liners there, buddy.
Yeah, how about that?
Whether you knew about it or not, as you woke up this morning, Terry hit us with the medium-sized, ground-shaking kind of news that Kanye West is a single man and his relationship of 6 years, which led to him getting engaged to a woman that has been in his life from the beginning of his career until this very moment. He, over the weekend, apparently decided to go out on his own and call off not only the engagement but the relationship overall. Is that the case, Terry? Is the relationship kaput as well? It is.
Relationship is kaput, however.
He even asked for the ring back.
Yes.
To add insult to injury, to rub further breakup salt in the wounds. He asked her for the engagement ring back, and the only speculation we came up with as to why a man like Kanye West would do that is either he's a bastard or it's an heirloom from his now deceased mom.
Right. But the other thing, too, though, is supposedly, because she is a fashion designer, she was working...
George Bush,
she was working on his clothing line. So there's no news reports saying whether or not that relationship is done. The business
Where can you ever find another fashion designer?
Well,
those are impossible to find. I think that's the least of his worries. I think if he wants to replace her as the girlfriend, as perhaps the best friend in his life, Terry, he could easily replace her as the fashion designer of his clothing line.
Yeah.
All right?
I'm sure.
So don't worry about that. But we wish Kanye and his new single life the best. Yep. Gotta envy that, Terry, don't you know? Mm-hmm. And a lot of women out there are thinking right now, oh, he's looking for me. Mm-hmm. And maybe you're right.
The T-Man Show.